Are you looking for an easy, low ingredient, no bake dessert that everyone in your family can eat? We've got it for you today. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to One Dish, Two Ways. I'm Sheila and Joe's behind the camera. So today we're going to make a treat for Christmas for everybody. I can eat it, my husband can eat it, the whole family can eat it. And it's a play on Rice Krispie treats using puffed rice cereal. So this is all this is. It's literally puffed rice, and I get it from Arrowhead Mills. Usually when you go to the cereal section, it's going to be on the bottom shelf. But it comes in this bag, and I had a lot that I haven't used yet, and I thought, I wonder if I could do anything with that. So I went straight to the Arrowhead Mills website, and I looked up their recipes. That's a tip for you. If you've got a product at home and you're like, well, I need to do something with this before it goes bad or goes stale, go to the website of whoever makes that, Nabisco or, that was the first thing that came to my head. But a lot of times they have some great recipes. And this one, I'm able to adapt it so that I can also eat it because we're going to be using the dairy-free chips. Now, the recipe calls for 10 ounces of chips, but I've got a 9-ounce bag. That will be fine, not a problem. So, and it's just a few ingredients, and it's a no-bake situation. So it's also want to help with get the kids involved. Now, the only thing that really takes time is you mix the 1 cup of peanut butter with a 1/3 cup of maple syrup, and they have you set it for 5 minutes. So this has been sitting for about 7 because I'm also trying to melt the chips at the same time. So now that this peanut butter maple syrup mixture has set, I'm going to add the teaspoon of cinnamon that it calls for. And then we're going to add our puffed rice cereal. Okay, so there we go. And now we've got 2 cups of the puffed rice cereal. They are similar to Rice Krispies, but a little different. I don't know how to describe it. They're just a little lighter, I guess, is what I would say. So now we're just going to mix this well and put it into our tray. So Joe and I were wondering, what kind of holiday treats does your family traditionally have? We have one in our family we had for years, which was Christmas bread. I just haven't made it in the last few years. My mom has started making cinnamon bread instead, which has been wonderful. But when we had our son at home, we would do the sugar cookies and ice them together. But now that it's just, mom, dad, and Joe and I, we don't eat that many cookies. So we just don't make those as much anymore. So we are curious. So if you could put us in a comment, what kind of holiday treats does your family like to eat together? Wow, that came together really fast. Look at that. So now all we need to do, they says to line a pan. So I've got it lined with parchment paper. And now we're going to press this into the pan. It said a square pan. I don't have a square pan. So I just kind of thought about if I squared this up, that would work perfect. You could do a smaller, a bigger pan and then not have them as thick. My thought was, if they're thicker, I'll just cut them into smaller pieces because they're going to be rich with peanut butter and chocolate and maple syrup. They're going to be rich. So I'm just going to press this in. Sometimes on these stickier type dishes, what you can do is lightly wet your hands in order to press them down. I think today I don't need to do that. I've got the spatula that I can do it with. So yeah, this is looking good. And they smell good. I'm really surprised how much I smell the cinnamon. And yes, I did use all natural peanut butter. We are, from a lot of Joe's recipes he's done this season, we had that natural peanut butter. So I had some left over, so I'm just using that. Okay, so this is all pressed down. Let me wash my hands for a second. And in the microwave, I have the chips. So the recipe calls for coconut oil in this mixture and coconut oil when you melt the chips. I didn't use it in either because I don't want that. So on the chips, you just have to take it slow. So I keep doing 30-second increments, and then you stir. See if you can get that. So you can tell. And then, but you don't want to, you always are going to have, so see now, here we go. Because that was sitting there for a few seconds, a little bit while we were doing that. you see there's a little bit of residual heat in there, and it's melting them as that happens. So you don't want to like put it on for 5 minutes and you're going to burn it, and that's going to make it worse for you. So you just want to do 30-second intervals and then stir it, bring it out, stir it. So when that was my fourth 30-second interval when Joe started the video, and then I let it sit while we did this mixture. And as you see, all that mixture is now melting. So it's perfect. You want to just give it time because it will happen. You can use the coconut oil. It might happen a little quicker, but as you can see, this is smooth. It's going to spread as long as I can touch this container, because this container, even though it says it's microwave safe, it is hot. Okay, so I'm just going to pour this mixture on. I'm going to kind of spread it around as I lay it on there, so I don't have to do as much spreading. Woo, hot, 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 hot. Give my hand a break. Okay, so I'm just going to spread this on. And that's another thing about when you melt chocolate. You can do it in a double boiler. I just always do it in the microwave. I have for years. Pampered Chef taught me that, so I just do that. You also have a small window before it seizes up again, and then you have to keep microwaving it. So keep that in mind. So, okay, let's get the rest of this on here. And then my plan is to freeze these. We'll try them on camera, and then we'll freeze them for Christmas. And I also like that it made a smaller batch because, like I said, there's only 4 of us at Christmas, so we don't need a ton of stuff. So, and then we can always have it in there for the next year if we don't finish it all. I just bring out a little bit each time. Okay. So that is looking phenomenal. So I've got that spread over all of it. Perfect. See, I don't know why you would need the 10-ounce bag. I feel like this 9-ounce bag is perfect. Oh, I got chocolate on the thingy. Okay. So there you go, my friends. That is done. So now we're going to refrigerate these for, it's set a minimum of 45 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll cut them and we'll give it a try and let you know what we think. See you soon. Okay, it's been 45 minutes, everybody. I just pulled these out. So let's pull them out. And let's give these a try. So I'm going to cut them pretty small because my guess is they're going to be pretty rich. Maybe. There we go. Okay. So here's what they look like. I'm thinking they maybe need just a little bit more time. But honey, do you want to come try? These look good. Oh, that's good. And I can taste that cinnamon. I'm really surprised with just a teaspoon in there. I think it needs more time in the fridge, though. I think the minimum 45 is really just to set the chocolate. But I'm going to definitely put them in for the rest of the day.
The Rice Puffs aren't as crunchy, I guess the right word, as like a Rice Krispie treat.
Well, it could be that the cereal was a little old, too.
But the flavor is there.
Mm-hmm.
To me, you could have just left the Rice Krispie treat part out, the puff, and just had a peanut butter chocolate bar.
Oh, you don't like that? Because to me, it kind of has like a texture of a crunch bar. The rice, the rice puff rice cereal. So yeah, we're definitely gonna put those back in the fridge. So I would say the minimum 45, but if you really want the puffed rice cereal part to set, I would leave it for probably a minimum of 2 hours. So there you go, guys. Let us know in the comments, is this something you're gonna give a try? My guess is you could use it with Rice Krispies. You'll probably use it with other cereals too, honestly. So I got chocolate everywhere now. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining us. If we don't see you before the holidays, have a wonderful holiday. We'll see you next week.